Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Shining Song Starnova with me, Phantom Zwei. When we last left off, we finally, at long last, decided the center of Starnova. And it is... drumroll, Mika! You guys voted on it, and I agreed with you. We are going with Mika for our playthrough here. So, let's see what happens. The day of the release of our CD. The girls exploded into the office first thing in the morning and marched towards me with insanity in their eyes. Producer! What is the meaning of this? You! What have you done? She did that better than I ever could. Oh, Dark One! Why thou'st you test this one so? Oh god. Okay, we're... bad end incoming. GG. You better take responsibility for this! I turned around in my office chair to face them, my hands folded together under my chin. Everyone, we did it. I rose from my seat and hailed to the heavens, my arms outstretched on high. Yeah! Are we a Banshee? First single CD under the Soma music debuts at the top of the Holocron charts. PV gains over 1 million views within a week. All DVDs sold out in 3 days. Wow, okay. How? Net sales. 80 million yen and rising. Is he dreaming? He's gotta be dreaming, right? Yahoo! Shouldn't have done that Yahoo. Mika chapter, opera. Okay, so we are on Mika's route. Confirmed. Alrighty. Then I guess he wasn't dreaming. I mean, I knew that they'd gained some attention after, being on the big stage with Quasar, but I certainly didn't expect it to just skyrocket them so quickly. Anyway. Barely 3 days had passed since we debuted under Soma Music, and it felt as if I had entered a different world. For the last year, we had been trying our best to become recognized by the public. Indeed, whenever one of the our PR items, had gotten rechirped a few dozen times, we had all been overjoyed to see people paying attention to us. Each new follower, or each new like, felt like an accomplishment, as if we were slowly gaining points on our path to becoming a recognized idol unit. Sometimes I even read the things people were saying about us online, curious as to the size of our popularity. However, our explosive debut all but trivialized our prior accomplishments. Illustrated in concrete figures, our new Beach PV had now beat the combined view counts of every single one of our prior videos by a factor of over 1,000. Okay, that's pretty good. Excuse me. In the past 3 days alone, we had acquired so many followers on Chirper that I had to uninstall the app on my cell just to be able to use it again without constant new notifications. Starnova's newfound fame still hadn't sank in for myself, or any of the other girls. Honestly, things were going so well that we couldn't help but wonder if this was all a dream. I thought it was a dream, actually. A dream that we were going to unexpectedly wake up from, and realize we were once again just unknown idols struggling to make it big. However, I knew our success was the product of our combined hard work. Each of the girls had worked hard the past year trying to improve themselves. And not to toot my own trumpet too much, but I thought I'd worked damn hard to cook up business opportunities for the girls too. So in the end, you could say all of us were proud to have finally made it big in this business. I walked out of the Soma building with Mika after a business conference with our sponsors, feeling like a hotshot idol producer. Well, I guess you could call me a hotshot idol producer now. Thanks to our first single's positive reception, Soma was willing to contract at least 2 more singles with us, as well as another round of PVs to promote them. Excuse me. Our success had lifted the spirits of our newbie center as well. Black Knight! I knew this one's faith in you was not misplaced. Those Soma people truly cowered at your might. Ah, so this must be what success tastes like. Oh, never in this one's life has she tasted such sweet, sweet victory. Ah, I never knew until now just how good it feels to be recognized. Mika smiled without a worry in the world as she cheerfully walked alongside me. Well, it's a start at least. But you know, this is just the beginning of our work. From now on, you and the girls will be doing all sorts of new jobs. After all, being an idol isn't just about singing and dancing. Nowadays, idols model for clothes, appear in advertisements for products of all kinds, and even act in television shows and films. And of course, some idols even voice act characters in anime. Mika, from now on, we'll be counting on you even more. You're going to be the face of Starnova. Excuse me. Understood, Black Knight. This one shall do her best not to let you down. So, what quests lie ahead of us? I've already got so many ideas. First, you like Gothic Lolita, right? I'm sure a lot of boutiques in town would kill to have a star idol model up in their lineup. Not only that, but lately many anime have been receiving live-action adaptations featuring idols. And you can even get cameo appearances in anime, too. Is that so, Black Knight? Surely that would be incredible! Oh! I laughed along with Mika, excited about the possibilities that the future had in store for us. Yes, I was not ashamed to admit it. I was truly a child of Akihabara. I loved idols, anime, and moe. At the end of the day, being the producer of an otaku dream girl like Mika was all it took to light me on fire. Truly, this kind of situation was a man's romance, the very raison d'etre of us idol producers. Crap, that really meant I had to give it my all to make Mika's career successful, didn't it? After all, I'd never forgive myself if I dropped the ball and let her down. Alright, time for this producer to man up and deliver results. Mika's life was on the line here. I wonder if this will mean I can finally pre-order new figurines instead of buying them second-hand from now. Excuse me, wow. One moment here, I'm gonna take a drink. I'm doing this not long after getting up, which was probably a mistake. And brand name Lolita dresses. Mika's eyes spun with excitement as she looked suspiciously like... as what looked like suspiciously like drool began to drip down the corner of her mouth. Oh, and even Blu-ray collection sets. One moment. Okay. The possibilities are truly endless. Oh yeah, and much more. Mika, your time has come. Oh! We returned to the office to find the girls in front, or rather in the middle of practice. They stopped the music and surrounded the two of us as soon as we returned. Looks like the two lovebirds have returned. Sure looks like it. They're not an item, right? Indeed they have. Hey guys, what's the matter? You're staring daggers at us here, and we haven't even said anything yet. What was up with them? Things were going well for a change, but none of the girls seemed that enthusiastic about this state of affairs. Well, we were just thinking. Pikun's been awfully close to Mika-yan ever since she became the center and all. We were just wondering if there's anything going on we should be aware of. Eh? Oi, what are you guys saying? I'm Mika's producer, you know. Obviously, I'm not going to get into a relationship with one of my talents. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have said that, because I'm pretty darn sure you are, Pikun. It's only natural I'd spend more time with Mika. After all, she's the center of the unit. Yes, that's all it is. I've got to make sure she knows what's going on so she can best represent Starnova to the public. Even with that said, something just doesn't smell right. Like total newbie somehow ended up becoming the center right out of the blue. Could this be corruption? Isn't it obvious? Men love character types like Mika after all. Guilty as charged. They feel like they must protect girls like that. Yeah, that's not really it, but hey, I should have known things would have turned out like this. It's only a matter of time until they start saying things like, the customer base just isn't interested in older women, or we're looking more for the little sister image. I knew it was all hopeless from the moment I turned 25. Yeah. It sure is tough being an onesama, eh? Shut it! Once you're in the latter part of your 20s, you'll understand. What are you guys saying? Hey, you're gonna hurt Mika's feelings here. See? What have you guys done? This is exactly what we're talking about. Now, everyone, didn't we all agree to accept whatever produces on, or whoever produces on picked as the center? But what if Producer-san truly does like Mika-chan? That would be a problem, wouldn't it? Besides, that was then. Things are totally different now, you know? Starnova's really caught on now. The days of just being a small indie idol unit are behind us, you know? So in other words, you're all going back on your word. Alright, solid. Exactly. And we don't know if Chuni-chan's really up to the task. Look, back when we accepted her as the center, things were totally different. We were just a small upcoming unit with hardly any industry recognition. But now the stakes have gone up. This is gonna be war from here on out. War. You guys. This is dangerous, you know. A lot of idol groups have fallen apart the instant they got popular thanks to infighting among the members. Look, none of us could have seen this kind of success coming. But instead of fighting amongst ourselves about who should be the center, shouldn't we all be glad that Starnova became so successful? Besides, the inarguable truth is that the PV, which featured Mika as the center, garnered over 1 million views. We still owe our current situation in part thanks to Mika's popularity with our fanbase. Producer-san's right, everyone. Besides, Mika-chan's our friend. Let's not pick on her just because we're jealous of her fame. Well, I suppose Natan's gotten pretty popular too, so there aren't any complaints over here. But can Mika-chan truly lead Starnova? Things will doubtlessly only become more difficult from here on out. Yeah, you're so supportive. Well, it is what it is. Producer-san chose Mika-chan as our center. There's not much we can really do about it. I suppose so. It's not my fault if everything goes south, though. Huh. Chuni-chan as our center? There is no way in hell I'm gonna accept this. You're a little late to be saying that, but hey. Now that we're in the big leagues, this is the real world now. The real world. It's a dog-eat-dog, cat-eat-cat, bird-eat-bird world. And honestly, Chuni-chan doesn't inspire an iota of confidence in me. As expected of our shit loli, absolutely zero filter. Aki-chan, that's... Oi, producer, why don't you let our center speak for herself? How's she ever gonna lead us if she can't even defend herself against her own teammates? Is she really gonna be able to stand up against rival idol groups and haters who all want to see us fail? Aki does have a point there. And it's like I said, if I were thinking as a producer instead of someone playing a visual novel where I know roots are involved, you know, Mika probably is, well not probably, Mika's not the best choice for the group as the center, at least in my opinion. But, again, my favorite character, so here we go. Mika only managed to make guttural noises as her fists trembled with anger. This is exactly why I'm worried here. I don't know. With that, Mika stormed upstairs. Moaki-chan, now look what you've done. Isn't it obvious this is a big problem? How is she going to handle being our center if Mika can't even defend herself? In the end, I guess idols have to have thick skin. After all, you get so much shit from all the haters, no matter what you do. Anyways, I was going to tell you guys Soma's renewed us for 2 more singles, as well as PVs to go along with them. Naturally, they want Mika to continue to serve as our center for those, and I'm sure Mika is the image Starnova needs as well. People don't want to see idols as tough businesswomen, or shrewd schemers, you know. Mika's naive innocence is what brought Starnova to its current popularity. So of course, I expect all of you to accept her as our center. Sorry, Pikun. Looks like we ruined the good news. Come on, everyone. Let's go. We've got to go apologize to Mika-chan right away. Are you sure? Maybe we should let her cool off for a bit first. I'll take care of Mika for now. You girls should think about what happened and make sure to treat your center fairly from now on. Yeah. I went upstairs to find Mika pouting on the sofa. That red imp! Getting her stupid twin tails in a bunch just because she couldn't make it as the center. This one's a top idol. I'll show her. And here I was worried. Black Knight! Don't mind what Aki-chan said too much. Besides, she was just trying to help in her own shit-lolly way. She just wants you to get used to hearing criticism like that. After all, idols receive a lot of hate just because they happen to get successful. There's always going to be people who hate seeing other people succeed. I heed not the venom of that red imp. Her words lead us astray of the Black Song. Why didn't you just say those things to Aki herself? After all, you girls need to air your dirty laundry, so to speak. Unless you properly fight with the others now and then, you're not going to grow as a unit. You're just going to build up secret resentments until it becomes part of their relationship. In truth, I do not know either. Whenever I'm confronted by these situations, my tongue locks up. It's like a giant blue screen appears in front of my vision, and I'm unable to comprehend anything that's going on. It's always been like that, ever since this one was a child. I can kind of relate. I'm very bad with conflict, so yeah. Do you believe the Red Imp's words to be true? Am I truly qualified to lead this unit? Of course you are, Mika. I wouldn't have picked you as a center otherwise. The greatest idols are those who are beautiful and talented, but somehow unaware of their own worth. She's a shining star, but modest and seemingly available for even the lowest of society. While I do not entirely follow the words of the Black Knight, this one will try her best. But does that mean Black Knight yet has faith in this one? Yeah, I have faith in you, Mika. I'm sure you'll do great. Okay. If that's your opinion... Now go downstairs and practice with the rest of the girls. Don't worry, they were just messing around. But before that, Mika stood from her sofa and trotted under me with her head lowered. Ah yes, Pafu Pafu. Again? Yes! Looking away lest I appear too eager to cross the professional boundary between an idol and her producer, I gave Mika's hair a good rub. Pafu Pafus truly make the 3D world bearable. Then I'll do my best. Yeah, I'll be up here working. With that, Mika went back downstairs, the earlier drama more or less behind her. While the girls had their doubts about whether Mika had the skills to be the center, I was confident that Mika would be popular with the consumer base. Now that I have no doubt about. Look, I thought Mika was cute myself, but I was her producer. It's nice that I can produce an otaku girl like her, but I couldn't expect any deeper form of relationship other than a purely professional one. It's not like I made her the center just because I wanted some shady favor from her. The girls could all make fun of me all they want, but I was a producer above everything else. What Mika really lacked was the ability to inspire confidence from others, a skill she needed to learn as she served as the unit's center. All I could do was guide her so she could one day win the recognition of the other girls. After all, my job was to manage the unit so that everybody could work together as one. On that note, it was time for me to get to work. Thanks to Starnova's sudden fame, job inquiries for the girls had flooded my inbox. Of course, this was the sort of problem that I was happy to have. Always better for a talent to have too much work rather than no work at all. With those thoughts, I got back to responding to the inquiries and putting together the girls' schedules. Now, producer, I'm sure, has a ton of work. Whereas before, he probably was just sitting up here twiddling his thumbs most of the time. Alright, we got plenty of time. I stood in front of the whiteboard, delivering a presentation to the 7 girls gathered before me. As you know, our popularity has really skyrocketed with the release of our newest single. Currently, our Chirper account has over 100,000 followers, and we have over an equal number of subscribers and likes on our RTube and Spacebook pages as well. Haha. I wouldn't say we're a top idol group yet, but certainly we've become a noted industry name. As such, it goes without saying that Shining Productions expects all of its talents to abide by the code of conduct at all times. Without exaggeration, all of you girls will now be shadowed by paparazzi, seeking to dig up gossip for next morning's tabloids at all times while in public. Let's all make sure that Starnova remains scandal-free by acting professionally with our fans and refraining from any inappropriate behavior. With that out of the way, as you can see here on this whiteboard, all of you girls are now totally booked with jobs until the new year. Thanks to our surge in popularity, it looks like all of you will be working for our clients around the clock. Of course, I have worked in as many joint practices as your schedules will allow, but individual and partial unit practices will become the norm now. In other words, your newest challenge is to perform your new jobs and make your clients happy, all while still preparing for our lives. I've got handouts with a more detailed list of each of your jobs from now on as well. Let me know if you've got questions or concerns about what's in the handouts. That should cover just about everything. I passed around everyone's individual schedules for the girls to read over. Looks like I've mostly got gravure, eh? Oh well, not that I mind. Gotta show off my looks to the fanboys after all. I know of this fashion boutique. To think I would be hired to be a model for them. A sponsorship with a curry company, eh? Sounds like fun. Alright, gonna be selling some swimsuits. Shoot for a whiskey ad. Well, I don't foresee any problems here. How appropriate. Mika-chan, what kind of jobs do you have? A modeling shoot for a Harajuku Gothic Lolita boutique. And what's this? Even an anime voicing role? Surely you've outdone yourself, Black Knight. I tried to find everyone's jobs which best complemented your individual appeal points. Hopefully these jobs will boost your image with your fanbases. Even though we've made it, in one sense, idol units rise and fall overnight. Pleasing your initial batch of clients will be necessary to build a foundation of future jobs for Starnova. Let's do our best out there to build up our name recognition. The girls went downstairs for their usual practice time. These practices would become rarer now that each of the girls had to perform. Thankfully, after months' work of endless drilling, singing and dancing had become second nature to the girls by now. After running through their routine, the girls couldn't help but chat amongst themselves about their new jobs. It's good to see that Starnova's really caught on, eh? To think that I'm going to appear on a television ad. Even if it's a curry advertisement, I'm happy. By the way, Aki-chan, what jobs did you get? Aki closed her eyes and puffed out her chest. What job, you ask? Only the biggest, most important role for the unit. The rest of the girls' ears perked up at Aki's boast. What are you talking about? I bet our shit loli's just making a lot of noise about nothing again. Then how about this? Aki picked up her dossier and opened up a contract to appear on a television talk show. And not just any talk show, but Old Man Tanaka's Golden Hour. Clearly, that means that Producer-san wants me to be the face of Starnova to the public. Eh? Old Man Tanaka is such a highly respected industry figure. To think Aki-chan would be a guest on his show. It's a big deal, eh? You girls still aren't connecting the dots yet? Producer-san picked me, this Kashiwagi Aki, to appear on primetime television and introduce Starnova to the nation. Not that I'm surprised things turned out this way, since it's obvious Chuni-chan would just end up embarrassing us on national television if she were to appear instead. I hope you understand what this means. You might be the center now, but Producer-san still hasn't made up his mind yet, and from the looks of it, he doesn't have much confidence in your abilities. The others all exchanged concerned looks. Knowing Aki and Mika's ongoing feud, it was obvious that a certain shit loli was bent up about having the center position snatched away by someone she deemed unworthy. Now, Aki-chan, Mika-chan's schedule is already packed with jobs. It could just be that you had an opening on that day while Mika was already engaged. It sure is nice, eh? Appearing on Old Man Tanaka's show. I bet you're gonna be spewing your fucking loli act the whole time. Yeah, getting sick just thinking about it. It would have been nice if we could all have shared an appearance. Sometimes it just is what it is. Anyways, as Producer-san said, let's all do our best to please our clients. There's nobody here with the best or worst job. In the end, all of this is for the sake of Starnova. Despite Sasami's words, Mika and Aki stood back to back with their arms crossed. Huh. Everyone. Those two really don't get along, eh?
Yeah.
Like oil and water. Anyways, what are we all chit-chatting like this for? Come on. Every second of our time's precious now. Let's run through the routine again. With that, Mariah turned their song back on, and the girls resumed practice. Rain began to drip outside as practice went on. Come on! 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The girls danced in formation as normal, but couldn't help but notice a certain lack of unity. Even though we're following the right moves, it feels like we're missing something. It just doesn't feel right. As expected, it still doesn't feel right with me in the center. No matter how you look at it, it's weird for someone like me to lead the others. After all, I don't have experience like Sasami, Aki, or Mariah. And I don't look pretty like Julie and Nimanimu. As expected, being the center was too much. I bet all the girls are laughing at me right now. What do I do? Now that we've gotten so popular, I can't back down as the center either. Mariah's voice shook Mika from her thoughts. Mika, what are you doing? Suddenly, Mika realized she had wandered out of the formation. Ugh! She tried to shuffle back to the routine, but only tripped over herself and fell onto the dance floor on her butt. The girls rushed around her. Are you okay, Mika-chan? Did you sprain anything? You gotta be careful. Check yourself to make sure the excitement's not covering up any pains. I'm okay. I don't think anything's broken. Mika pulled herself up and stretched her muscles, checking that there were no unexpected pains. Only fell on my butt. What were you doing? You really have your head in the clouds too much. I'm sorry. Aki merely shook her head in annoyance. They're looking at me like I'm a failure, aren't they? Anyways, we were almost done with that routine. I'm not so sure about this. Honestly, something feels off. I could have sworn we were better than this before. Indeed. I feel as if we had more heart prior to the release of our previous single. It's obvious what happened. The stakes have gone up. There's no way we can just keep dancing happily now that Starnova is a big industry name. We're all under a lot of pressure now, aren't we? It's my fault. It's my fault, isn't it? Mika-chan. I wasn't ever cut out for this. What was I thinking, trying to become the center of a major idol unit? No matter how you look at it, something like that's totally impossible. Someone like me should just disappear. She has a lot of self-doubt, because she's had this crisis of confidence before. Alright. With that, Mika picked up her bag and burst out of the dance studio. She ran away. Mika-chan. As expected of our Chuni-chan, eh? Running away from her troubles. Like I said, it's her I worry about the most. To think she's going to be our center. I wonder if things will be alright. The girls turned their eyes to the red loli in the room, expecting a lengthy diatribe about the center's shortcomings. However, Aki merely shook her head. Whatever. That's that. It's not like complaining is going to make the situation better. Eh? That's actually not shit loli at all. Oh wait, what's happened to you? Are you sure you're our Aki-chan? Aki-chan actually cares about Mika-chan the most, doesn't she? Shut up! I'm just the shit loli, alright? I'm here to draw in lolicons and make snarky comments. Sasami smiled as Aki's face flushed red. Anyways, remember what Producer-san said? Our contract with Soma Music says that she has to be our center for the next 2 releases, so it's not like we can get rid of her right now. For better or worse, Starnova's center is Hashimoto Mika right now. Well, if our shit loli is saying that, I can't doubt Mika either. Right now, she needs our help. Let's all agree to stop doubting her and give her our support. Of course, I'm in full agreement. Natan reckons so too. Let us all work together so Mika-chan can overcome this. Well, if the rest of you are for it, I don't have any particular complaints either. Anyways, it is what it is. Since we have our Soma deal to fulfill, I can declare a temporary truce and accept Mika as our center for the next 2 singles. Only for those 2, though, alright? Once we're in the clear and don't have to worry about our recording label firing us, it's going to be back to the survival of the fittest. Then everyone's in agreement. Let's give Mika-chan our full support. But you know, how are we going to do that? We ain't got many joint practices no more, and all of us are going to be busy with jobs from now. The girls' enthusiasm once again floundered when they realized their days of always being by each other's sides were ending. Looks like we're going to be too busy from now on. Hey, is Mika-chan even going to be alright for her jobs tomorrow? She kind of rage quit. Mo, saying such ominous things. We still have our weekly performances at the Live House, don't we? Why don't we do something for Mika there? Does that mean we'll all take nudes together with Mika-chan in the change room again? Oh, obviously not. Saying stuff like that is what makes people call you the top bitch, you know? Jesus. Sasabi said that. Alright. Don't get your panties in a bunch. I was kidding. We still don't know what we're gonna do, though. It doesn't have to be anything big. All we need to do is just convey our feelings to Mika-chan. And we absolutely can't question her fitness to be the center anymore. Got it? Well, Sasayan has the right idea. At least, we gotta stick together. Regardless of who the center is, we're all a unit. A unit! So let's give Mika-yan our full support. The bumpkin does have a point for once. Let's all make sure that Mika knows we're backing her.
Yahoo!
Having reached an agreement, the girls picked up their things and left the office for the day. Starting from tomorrow on, each of the girls would be busy with jobs. They all went straight home and prepared for busy days ahead. Alright, and that seems like a perfect place to end today's episode. Dun dun dun! Will Mika be able to handle her oncoming jobs? And of course the rest of Starnova, but Mika's clearly our focus now, so... let's see what happens next time. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.